Hello everybody, my name is Axel the Baxolotl and welcome back to Reading Morganite! We are almost done. We are so close. We have 8 chapters left. I'm so ready to be done with this fanfiction after... It's been a year. It's taken me a year to finish this fanfiction. Probably just a little bit over a year. Oh my god. It's not my fault. This fanfic's boring as hell to read. Very hard to get through, especially when you gotta read the whole thing out loud. Like, damn. Anyways, we left off on chapter 15, so we're moving on to chapters 16 and 17. So let's get started, so I can finally be done with this. Chapter 16, She Arrives. Stephen and I both screamed at Himitsu, who was at the door. Shoal didn't seem angry, or even scared, though, and she smiled. "Your friends that were playing around in our ocean," she said. "I came to return them and warn you not to try that again." I am just now realizing that the spelling is even worse than it was before. "Is that all you came for?" Kunzite challenged. "Bitch." "Oh, it's the Kunzite, the only one on Homeworld, and now she's here," Shoral said. Seemed happy. This is so hard. Hang on, I feel like I'm having a mini stroke. Shoral said seemed happy. There is absolutely no reason for there to be this many spelling and grammar errors. Absolutely fucking none. "I hope you poof forever," she shouted. "Go bury yourself and come back when you're ready to be an adult. You're immature," Shoral said. No, your friend, she doesn't have full gem blood, right?" "Duh, she's Morganite. She doesn't need full gem blood to be good." "What?" "I'm sorry. I'm having such an insanely hard time taking this seriously. This is... wow." Kunzite said, "And she's the only exception, asshat. She's probably going to die of old age someday. And then who'll you be? You'll still be some little kid who's like 5 foot or something, and she'll be in the ground in a coffin," Shoral said. What the fuck is happening? "Shut up!" Kunzite got out her gun and started to shoot at Shoral, but then she stopped sudden, and her eyes were white. I cried, and then a gem hologram appeared. "What?" Kunzite's unstable. "It comes from Shoral?" Pearl questioned. "Unbelievable. Gems, get her." What is happening? What is happening right now? What is happening? Guys, what's happening? We all ran at Shoral and Kunzite with weapons, and my weapon was a scythe. IDK, I think that's how you spell it. No, that's not how you spell it. You're not even close. Actually, no, you're a little bit close. But like, still no. And I slashed at Shoral and hit. The aquamarine and cinnabar fell from her hands. When I hit them with my scythe and they both fused together, they started... What? And started to form. Kunzite said a swear, but then she was mind control again. The gem hologram was wreck everything, and I could already see that Pearl wasn't fighting anymore. An account of Stephen being punched in the face and knocked out, and Garnet was into Sapphire Ruby. I swung at Shoral, but she smiled and grabbed my arm. I dropped my scythe. "Oh, you spelled it right this time!" And she threw me on the ground. I fell on the ground and I swung my hands up right into my chest when fell, and it hurt. "Ow!" I screamed. After that, she put me in a headlock and smiled at Kunzite before she disappeared. Oh my fucking god, fuck you, you fucking bitch, Morganite. What? Why are you yelling at Morganite? Oh no, you're yelling for Morganite. Okay, I got so confused. I can't tell with these characters anymore. Kunzite has spent so much time screaming and yelling at Morganite that now I can no longer discern whether she's yelling at Morganite or for Morganite. Because it's like, oh my fucking god, fuck you, you fucking bitch, Morganite! Like, calling out to her because, you know, she's now in a headlock. But I thought she was calling Morganite a fucking bitch. I can't take this seriously anymore. Oh my god! Kunzite yelled, but I didn't see her longer before we and me were gone. Oh my god. Oh, this is so fucking funny. When we appeared again, we were in a weird place that looked like an HQ for a villain. It was me and Shorl, but there were others in the room and someone who was wearing a hooded robe, and I couldn't tell what gem they were, but they had a rainbow gem on their head. Welcome to Himitsu Hideout. Wait, also, how the fuck can you teleport? Can Shorl teleport? How? Whatever, I guess. I should stop trying to figure out how things work in this story, because I'm not gonna get any answers, and I'm just gonna give myself a headache trying to figure it out. Welcome to Himitsu Hideout, said Shorl. I'll introduce you to the gang. Like you know, I'm Shorl Himitsu. My real last name is Tourmaline, though. Oh, you're a Tourmaline. So I'm Shorl Tourmaline. Wait, no, but it said earlier that she was a Shorl. What even is a Shorl? Is that made up? Hang on. I need to Google something. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. 1 second. Oh, okay. So Shorl Tourmaline is a common black form of tourmaline that occurs as lustrous prismatic crystals. So, okay, that makes significantly more sense. I should have Googled that earlier, but I didn't, because I didn't care until just now. But now I have answers. So she just goes by Shorl, but like she's a Shorl Tourmaline. Now that I got that all sorted out in my brain, I just read ahead in the story without meaning to, and I just read a sentence, that's for sure. Okay, I can't wait to get context for whatever the fuck I just accidentally skimmed over. There was a gem, and they had short tomboy hair with a bow and a fluffy dress like a doll, or a Japanese pop idol, and a gem that was gray tiara on her head. She looked like a black and white photo, but she had 2 pink blush stickers on her cheeks, and little gray hologram wings on her back like a fairy. This is my little sis, Dravite Tourmaline. We call her Dravy. Say hi to our guest, Dravy, said Shorl. Do you has guts? Dravite asked me. Yes, I said. Cool. Can I see them? I've never seen real live guts before, Dravy said. I like Dravy. Dravy's my favorite. I shiver. This is Floor. Floor? I'm gonna go with Fleur? But that's probably wrong. This is Floor. She's rare, said Shorl, showing me another gem. She was tall and looked scary, but had the face of an aristocrat and a pointy nose. She was wine red and had really long hair and wore clothes like a prince. Her full name is Floor... What the fuck? Okay, so by the looks of it, Shorl's entire group consists of nothing but tourmalines. Because Floor, Liticoshite, I think is how you say that. That's probably hella wrong, but I don't care at the moment. Is another form of tourmaline. It is a calcium-rich lithium tourmaline, and it was recognized as a separate mineral species in 1997 and named in honor of some dude I don't care about. So all of Shorl's little group are tourmalines, which, okay, sure. So her full name is Floor Liticoshite, but she'll stab you if you call her that. Who is this Shorl? She looks unholy, Floor said. She brought out her weapon, which was a katana. You're only saying that because she's half human, but don't worry, it helps our cause immensely, Shorl said, if you say so, but I'll spill her dirty blood when I get first chance, Floor said. I cried. That was the sentence I skimmed over, by the way. Which, if their whole goal is to look like humans, but still be gems, why is Floor screaming about spilling Morganite's dirty blood when she is basically the pinnacle of what they want to be? What? Nothing makes sense anymore. Nothing! Finally, there was a pink gem who was wearing coveralls with a cute top underneath and a backwards baseball cap. This is Elbite. LB for short. She's a little out of touch with what's popular with the kids, I think, Shoral said. This kid has rad rack, dude, said LB. That's how humans talk, right? No, that's not how humans talk, LB. You sound like a fucking boomer trying to sound hip with the kids. Maybe a couple of years ago, I said, laughing. You look like a skater punk. Morganite is way too calm for having just been kidnapped by Shoral. Like, way too calm. Like, the first person she was introduced to asked to see her intestines, and the second person she was introduced to was standing to spill her blood. LB's the only calm one so far, other than Shoral, but Shoral's insane, clearly. And, like, Morganite's reaction to all of this is also just wildly out of character. Every time Morganite has had an encounter with Shoral, or, like, really any sort of danger at all, she breaks down, cries, and screams. But right now, she seems totally fine. I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm not having a good time. Funny you say that. Her weapon is rollerblades, Shoral said. No. LB got out her weapon, which were rollerblades, but with literal blades on them. Cool, huh? I guess, but you guys want to take over the world, I cried. Only because we want gems to have equal rights, Shoral said. Nuh-uh, that's... not the nuh-uh! Not the nuh-uh! You did not just nuh-uh the fucking villain. Did you just nuh-uh? I hate this story. And I hate these characters. Right now, Dravy's the only one I like. Like, she gets introduced to somebody new and she's like, hey, do you have guts? Cool, can I see them? I haven't seen guts before. Like, that's fucking hilarious. The rest of this is just insanity. And annoying and obnoxious, and I hate it. Nuh-uh, that's not what Kunzite said, I screamed. But I wonder who's that person with the hood. They're uber secret, dude, Ellie said. Right? I guess that's what the humans would say, Shoral said, but I can introduce you, even though you've probably met her before. Oh no. What? I saked? Saked? Shook? Shoral led me to the hooded person and took the hood off. I screamed and I almost cried at who the person with the rainbow gem headpiece was. It was Sonia! I wish I could say I was surprised. Morganite Chapter 17, A Nightmare Come True. I fell onto knees from shock and tried to collect myself. Even though I felt knots in my chest, I was beginning to bawl. Sonia, I wailed, the first girl to ever become a real friend of mine. I thought she was dead, but there she was in the flesh, I think, right in front of me. I didn't have to feel guilty anymore or worry about her hating me for being stupid and getting her killed. She was right there for me to talk to again. Sonia, I kept saying and sobbing, please forgive me, I'm sorry for this, for killing you before, I'm so stupid. Shoral seemed nonplussed about me crying and screaming, but Elbite looked freaked out, Flora looked like she wanted to behead me, and Dravite thought it was funny. Yes, using the same technique that was used to turn you into a gem. There was no technique! There was no technique! It was through the power of kink. Jasper picked Morganite up by her throat and they fused. Technically not fused though, cause Morganite just totally absorbed her like some sort of fucking parasite. Cause Jasper doesn't exist anymore. It's just Morgan. What technique? We managed our first successful human to gem transformation. We experimented, that's supposed to be experimented with other dead creatures and the like, but she was the first true success due to the nature of the kindergarten and the agate shard she was buried nearby. Nature nearly did our job for us, she laughed like a haughty girl in anime. Wait, if she's in... No, I shouldn't question it because despite Morgan fusing with a Jasper, she's not a Jasper, she's a Morganite. Don't stop trying to bring logic into where logic clearly does not exist. Sonia had kind of a vacant look in her eyes, but I saw her acknowledge me, and there was a spark in her eye, like she remembered something. You're fused with an agate? I asked Sonia, still on my knees sobbing. Yes, we've been calling her Soniaite for lately, but that's not a real rock. I suppose if she's anyone, she's an agate and a Sonia put together. Agadia? What? Agadia. Because it's agate, Sonia, Agadia, I think. probably not. Who cares though? If you will. Ha ha ha, Shoral laughed. Shut up, Shoral. You're annoying. Everybody in this story is annoying. Does she have memories? I asked, looking at Sonia, frowning. In my heart, even if she really was an agate, she was still Sonia, my friend. To me, even if her hair was white like snow and she had a big rainbow crown gem on her head and completely pale and cold skin and rainbow eyes, she was the Sonia I knew, the Sonia I loved. Wait, if she's an agate, why does she have a rainbow colored gem? I don't think agates can come in rainbow colors, can they? Okay, I guess they can. It's rainbow iris agate, so they do come in rainbows. Okay. She remembers very little of her original self, Shoral said. She does not know you or your friend or herself, but she does know us, and she knows the crystal gems. She knows to dislike the crystal gems, and she knows that she must destroy you. What? That's when Sonia brought out her weapon, which were 2 arm cannons attached to both arms that glowed with dangerous like nuclear energy. The arm cannons charged, which made the black cloak she was wearing come up, which made her look like she had wings. I saw her outfit then, and she was dressed different, like an interstellar warrior princess, with skin-tight armor but shiny fancy accessories. In the name of my friends here and the cause of Himitsu, it's my responsibility to shatter you, traitor, she cried, charging her lasers more. What the fuck? I hurried to my feet, and before I knew it, the Himitsu headquarters started sinking to the ground into a coliseum or something. You are not having a gladiator death match right now. You did not just put a gladiator death match into a Steven Universe fanfiction. Excuse me? Or something. Sonia did a leap backwards so she wouldn't blow away with her nuclears. Shoral, her tourmaline sister, and the other 2 Himitsu gems were gone, so it was just me and Sonia and... No, it's just Sonia. I'm just calling her Sonia or Agate. I'm not gonna try and say whatever stupid name that is. About to fight, I brought out my scythe, remembering too late that Lapis offered to teach me how to fight with it, because she said my fighting skills were garbage. I gulped, since Agate... Oh, thank God you're using Agate. Was a warrior-ish gem, and Sonia was strong to begin with, and probably trained for this moment. But to hide the ant, I saw a cage lower from the ceiling. I gasped when I saw Doobie was inside. "Morgan, help me!" he screamed. "A weird gray lady kidnapped me. What's happening?" "Doobie!" I screamed. "Sonia, please, don't do this. The 3 of us were friends. You shouldn't be fighting me like this. You shouldn't be keeping Doobie in a cage like this. I'm begging you. Don't make me fight you." All at once, she shot at me, and I rolled out of the way, just barely missing and getting my skirt caught on fire a bit. I was too hysterical to move, and I didn't want to fight my friend. "Sonia, please, I don't want to fight you," I screamed, smacking away one of her nuclear blasts, which hit a wall with a piercing boom noise. Doobie screamed, but I forced myself to ignore that. There were tears running down my face as I tried to stay steady. I assume the story meant that she used her scythe to deflect the blast. But all I can see is Morgan fucking backhanding this blast away from her. That's all I can see now, is just her bitch slapping this fucking nuclear blast away from her and into a wall. And that is a highly amusing thought. Sonia suddenly zoomed forward, and she kicked me directly in the chest. The world fluttered for just a second, and I was thrown against the wall. I almost couldn't feel anything other than horrible pain in my chest. But then more pain came when Sonia came again and took my arm. My vision was going black, but I saw her lift me out of the hole and begin spinning me round. The world blended, and I was thrown against another wall. All too soon, I realized she was playing with me, trying to make me fight her back, which she knew wasn't going to happen. I didn't have my scythe in my right hand anymore, so there was nothing I could do. When I could see again, I was in a hole in the wall from her throw me, and she had me cornered, with both blasters pointing at my gem. I tried to brace myself for being shattered. Her blasters charged, but all of a sudden she was knocked out of the way, and I was picked up. After that, I fell unconscious. What the fuck just happened? When I woke up, I was on the boardwalk with Kunzite. God, finally, Kunzite shouted, but I could tell she was really worried from the tone of her voice. Fuck, are you okay? You got the shit beaten out of you. How are you even alive? With your weak human half, I'm sure Stephen wouldn't have survived something like that. I'm not that special. I went to rub my eyes, but I couldn't move my dominant arm, my right. I felt worried. Is my arm okay? I asked. Kunzite looked cagey, but also angry. Are you serious? I don't want to tell you, she said. What? Tell me what? I questioned. Kunzite sighed. Look at it. I looked down at my right arm, and when I did, I started to feel my head swim. It wasn't even there. So she just got her whole ass fucking arm ripped off. Okay. Wow, okay, that's the end of chapter 17. I have a lot of feelings right now. And a lot of questions. But I don't know how to, actually verbalize them at the moment. I'm just completely and utterly baffled by what I just read. All I can really say is I really don't fucking like this story. I really don't. It's so bad on so many different levels. It's awful. And I am bamboozled. But that's it for this video, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed me losing my collective cool over this. We're reaching the end of the story, thank God. And then I will never have to think about the story ever again. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new, and check out all my social medias linked down in the description below, because if you don't, I'm gonna steal your toes. Goodbye!